guys. I started watching this Netflix documentary. I'm just doing audio today because I have nowhere to set up my phone in the car. Still got to get something. I'm watching this Netflix documentary. Just started today. I'm about halfway through. It's called Recovery Boys. And it's based in West Virginia. Based in a place where I used to live. A little bit outside of the place I used to live, but they do feature Morgantown, West Virginia in it. And that's where I used to live, and I did a lot of my using. So if you really want to see, heavy manners, kind of what he went through, the place where he was, even the way they talk, watch that documentary. It gives you some insight on addicts and what they do and what happens. It's pretty good. It takes me back. I remember when I was there and all that I went through, all the different rehabs I went in and different programs I tried, how I'd go back and keep using. It wasn't easy. And I think from what I see in this documentary, it's like it spends 18 months with these group of guys that go into this rehab facility that's on a farm, which seems really awesome. It's called Jacob's Ladder, which is also a good movie. But it follows them for 18 months and what they go through. So they start out in the recovery center on the farm. They work on the farm, and then they had it's called a halfway house where they'll live and work in town after however long they spend in. It's usually I think it's 6 months maybe in the rehab center, and then they go to the halfway house that wasn't finished yet and didn't have a manager. But anyways, the point is, it's a good view of addicts, what they kind of go through in rehab, what they struggle with. And it solidified the fact that going back to, after you go to rehab and going back to the place where you used, and the town you used in, is just a mistake. And it's going to be very hard to stay clean in that area. Because it's not just about not using. If you go back around those places that you did use, if you go back around those places you used and those people you used with, all that energy is still there, and it draws you in like a magnet. And life is not easy, man. We do get down, and especially in the winter, and you start to slope, you start to drop, and it's really, really hard sometimes when you're around all that energy, that strong energy pulling you towards it, to say no. easier to give in. It's easy just to say it's just one time, or maybe I'll just have a drink. And once you get pulled in, it starts all over again. And that's happened to myself quite a lot. I mean, and some of the stories that we're telling, that was me. I started eating Percocets, Oxycontin, and from there, just ran into heroin, and from snorting heroin to shooting heroin, and then after that, it was just anything I could possibly do, I did, and I ended up losing my job, sleeping in my car because nobody wanted me at the house anymore, because I would just steal from them. And I never would have gotten clean if I didn't get out of the area. I completely remove myself from anything. And that's scary, but that's what you have to do. That's what these guys have to do in this documentary, man. Like, the only way to truly have a chance, I think, is to leave the state, to leave the, you have to distance yourself. You have to have some good distance between you and those people and those places. It's really the only way that you're really going to have a chance. As far as I can see, in all my friends that have gotten clean just the way I did, and just went back to using, stayed in the area and just kept using. Went to jail, died, or on the verge of going to jail, or just still struggling with, the methadone clinic, or just still on the street. I couldn't imagine having my daughters right now and be using and have to deal with, them losing their father to either prison or death, or just being totally numb from everything that's going on. So anyways, I just wanted to do a quick video on that. Recovery Boys, it's called. It's on Netflix. Check it out. And I hope for the parents out there, if you have kids, I know it's hard sometimes, but don't enable them. Cut them off. Get them help. But they're going to want it. I mean, they're going to have to, accept the help. And you might get them help, and they might come out, and they might use again. You might get them help again, and they might come out and use again. But never stop trying, because, it's, you never know. But I think a big part of it is, I just have, I not only because I've seen it, and I've lived it, but I feel it deep down. If you use in an area and you want to get clean, that can no longer be your area. That can no longer be your home. That place is done for you. You have to get out. You have to get out. It's the only way you're going to have a chance.